Okay, Mr. Chairman, we are live.
My name is Andre. I work for the county attorney's office. I kind of want to explain what the situation is with the lawsuit. The lawsuit is because the entire board being gotten rid of. So everyone on the board, they are dismissing, and they're reconstituting the board. There's different legal issues with that. It makes it constitutional, and the fact is that they can't just in the middle of your term just remove you and reconstitute the board. There are some arguments that they're going to just can do that, but it's really not one of the situations that we have here. And so that's why the first reason that we sent a letter to those our local delegations to say that you can't do that. If you have similar issue with the recreation authority, and you got the plan that you were at for. So we decided to start that, send out a letter to the delegation and say, hey, here's the issue that you have. You can't just terminate the entire board. We want to stagger it so that when the term is up for that session, then you can reappoint a person or then change for at that time. They decided with the recreation authority that they're not going to keep that one, so they went forward with the cat board. And the other issue that we had, once they set up the legislation, they just I want to do that. You then had to ask the governor for a veto, and the governor basically, when it comes to local legislation, the governor goes with whatever the local delegation says, and everyone has to vote on what the local delegation says. The local delegation has to get 85% of the legislation to be able to pass that local act. So therefore, the legislation went forward, and the governor went ahead and signed. He's not going to get involved in local politics, right? And so at that point, we explained to them, well, the way that you have the board framed at this point is that back when they first started the Savannah Authority, Savannah Transit Authority, at the same time, they created the Transit Act. The Transit Act is the Georgia law that creates any authority for transit. And part of that, they created Savannah Authority, and then they later on amended it to change it to the Chatham Authority for transit. And so therefore, Transit Act was passed. The problem here is that the way that they started, they basically said that the county will now get 3 seats and the city will get 2 seats, right? Well, with that, the Transit Act says that the county and the city has to have a majority of the seats. And so when they created 5 seats out of 11, they basically created a minority for the city and the county, which is against the state law that they had. So they cannot do what they're doing. So therefore, we had the law that is not against the cat is to protect the interest of the cat board or to keep the members here, because we believe that cat board needs to stay in place, and there's reasons why we believe the cat. So we can only sue for the county, so we can't sue for the city. The city then can join in and say, hey, yes, this is wrong. You can't take away any of our people. You can't make us a minority inside that board because you're adding different things onto it. Now, and the main thing with the lawsuit is that we're not suing that board. We have to sue an entity because we have to be able to attack the constitutionality of that the local act. The only way to do that is to sue something. You can't sue the legislature. They have immunity from it. So therefore, you have to sue either the cat board or the rest. So this is not a lawsuit against any of you guys. This is just a lawsuit. So there's really no when we say conflict, you guys are still going to have to work as a board, and Andy still has to be the attorney, so he has to do the day-to-day things. But if he is involved in the lawsuit, then he's not going to be able to do day-to-day things because you have this seemingly looks like a conflict. It looks like this board is doing 3 other members, but it's not that way. We're really just challenging the constitutionality of the local act. And so that's the only thing that's going to be challenged. That's the only thing that's going to be brought up. It's nothing to do with what the actual. So that's why we did what we did, and we felt that that was the only way to do it at that point, because all our warning and all our legal reasoning wasn't needed.
Thank you, thank you.
But if you want to join the lawsuit, yeah.
This time. Yeah.
And Mr. Chairman, just the motion to make the amendment to be correct. Right now, the draft resolution is attached to the agenda packet. So we'll need to make sure the public is aware that amendments will be forthcoming. Is that to adopt the resolution with the recommended amendment? Well, and will likely be the person to make that statement if they are okay with. Mm-hmm.
Mind you, motion that says, if I move to approve. I only that you the ladies to reflect. Add a provision to the original. Original.
Draft.
Do you want to bear?
Point number one. We had a motion and we had a second. Then there became a from the discussion. Am I correct? So, my question, do we need to vote on that amendment? I mean, on that, sorry, on that. But we had a motion, we had a second. And then the discussion came up about an amendment. And you offered an amendment. The person who gave the motion did not accept the amendment. So I believe we got to consider the rules. What? You're doing. So are you again? You're doing a second for the substitution. I don't have to second substitution.
So,
We agreed to the resolution with the amendment. Right, and we went over the amendments before we came out of executive session. When you made your motion, you didn't include the amendment. I understand. Okay. He did substitution. Yeah. So anyone can second. Can anyone second?
The chairman can.
And any voter can second. I said
of the resolution with the amendments that were discussed in executive session.
Yes, sir. Okay. Any discussion before roll call? I'll start the roll call vote. Director Snowden? Director Noah? Director Odell? Director Lockett? Director Buford? Not present for the vote. Director Robinson? Director Leggett? Director Taylor? Okay, and Chairman Cody. Chairman, motion passed for the friendly amended motion. Okay, thank you.